Well, good morning and good morning, Valerie.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Anyway, so glad to have you join us. We do this every Saturday and it's just a whole lot of fun. And I'd like to share my screen. And someone said when they did that, I'll share my screen and share my heart. But oh my goodness, it's so thrilling to be doing work that matters with just good people. And here we are starting to get into what we might call momentum. Right at first, it just seems kind of like I'm going to work, making a few calls and do that consistently. A few people get in, some people buy some product. Imagine that I'm still doing that. In fact, Valerie, we're over at a friend and we started talking about the product, and she ordered some for her dad who has some challenges, and then she said, well, I think I'll get me some too. So a new retail customer. So just do that
yesterday
again and again. Yeah, yesterday. So we need a few more customers and a few more distributors. And let me push share if I can find that. There we go. And let's see, it's supposed to. There we go. All right. This magazine's success a few issues back. And I think this is just kind of one of those things. If you're into business, one of the big things is common to every business is people. It's pretty hard to have a business without people. And one of the things that I think in just a modern lexicon is eyeballs. Where are the eyeballs? And I think this is just an epitome of what it's all about. We've all heard the phrase healthy, wealthy, and wise. Wow, if you got that, that's wonderful. And this issue, it's just so timely, the healthy business issue. In fact, I got a couple of notes from a seminar I went to with Harry Dent. He was a speaker, a guy that's written quite a few books on economy. And this is something that he talks about, that you can see the key economic trends that impact everything. And really, when you think of an economist, what they really are is the study of people. And in the notes that I just kind of hit me, was that people spend in highly predictable patterns. And if you kind of think about business, they really depend on what people are doing. And sometimes it's just really precise. And they have these actuarians, that do tables. And as an example, if you're in insurance, if it's selling if it's too cheap, you'll go out of business. If it's too much, somebody will outcompete you. And so here's just some of the things I've made notes of that I thought was interesting, that the most important part of the economy is people, and people are very predictable. As an example, age 46 is when you spend the most money. Age 60 is when people weigh the most. Potato chip consumption peaks at 42. You buy your largest home at 41. Just all these numbers. But one of the things that hit me was 80. Age 80 is when people spend the most on vitamins, anti-aging products, different things like that. That's when health and wellness peaks, is age 80. Well, here's that traditional proverbial idea is follow the baby boomers. And I are one of those. And all the ones I know, including me, is I don't want to age gracefully. I want to fight it all the way. And so this is things right here that really appeal to me. And that's a segment of some of the fastest growing as far as entrepreneurial. And some ideas and evidence is that age 70, your 70s can actually be your most productive and wonderful time in your life. And I tell people that last May was my birthday, and I'm having a midlife crisis, and so I'm starting all over with my encore career. And I just really love sharing that with people, especially a lot of folks that are my age. One of the most catastrophic things you can ever do for your health and happiness is retire. We're not made to do that. We're made to move. You're either growing or you're dying. So I'd like to just kind of talk about how to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I think we have the perfect answer for that. But in this issue, one of the things I took as notes is as the fitness guru, Jillian Michaels, she says something wonderful right here. And just to read that aging gracefully, it doesn't have to mean giving up and accepting decay. That's self-care, and there's no better care than your own. Nobody cares as much as you do, and so don't turn it over to someone else. So self-care means keeping yourself in fantastic health for a long time. Let me just interject here. If you really think about that, the chronic or degenerative symptoms, you want to postpone them for as long as you can. The sooner they start happening, the sooner those bad things start accumulating and getting worse. So put it off as much as you can by proactively doing good things. And she continues here that after all, would you want to live in a dilapidated home? Should you neglect your car until it breaks down? This is your body we are talking about, your one and only true home. You know, that physical shell that quite literally houses you for your entire life. And it's the only one you're ever going to get. So you should care for it and care about it. So here we go. And I love this activity that we're involved in. People, we can't help ourselves. We want to belong to something. And that's what it's all about, is of having a club that people want to belong to. Well, we got a terrific club, Avini Health. We're building a dream team of just good, dedicated people that are idealistic, that want to make a difference in the world. And we have what is in place to really impact people dramatically, powerful products that over time, one person at a time, and getting referrals and building, we can change the world. We can change your world. And so this is what we do, is share ideas that make more power, unleashing the potential in everyone. Dan Sullivan, a strategic coach, he's just a really cool guy, lots of neat ideas, but this is ultimately so much of success and happiness is relationships, the people we're around. And so here's a neat statement. The size of the future you actually experience will be largely determined by one factor: the people you choose to connect with. And when you invite people who are truly committed to growth into every aspect of your life, your own potential for growth becomes truly unlimited. Isn't that exciting? We have a mutual association of just high quality people, and we are the average of the people we associate with most. Hang around good people, and boy, that's powerful. And this is the neat thing, changing your world. John Maxwell has a book, Change Your World. And in that, the central theme is I experience something so life-changing that I change. I share something so life-changing that you change. And then we get together and we facilitate something so life-changing that others change. And this is what we have. We have products that consistently surprise and delight. I think that's one of the most wonderful things is getting calls, following up on people, and realizing that our products are making a powerful difference. So much so that we could say that they actually give people a second chance, another opportunity to just have a big and wonderful life. So much of life is just being able to be healthy. If you're thinking kind of in terms of wealth, in terms of just money, well, if you had a lot of that, you might be thinking of all the possibilities. But if you don't have your health, that's all you're thinking about, is how could I be more healthy? There's just nothing that can replace that. And so to be successful in this business, you need to be using these products. Just to state the obvious, if I'm out talking about Avini with someone, and let's say they ask me, well, what have you noticed? Well, if I say, well, I haven't tried anything. I'm just trying to sell it to you. That'd be the dumbest thing. That doesn't even make sense. However, if we're using the products, we feel benefit, then it just naturally happens. I think all of us have said this. We've certainly heard other people express it, that, if I could just believe in something, then I could sell it. And of course, believing in something, that's all this is. It harnesses what we naturally love to do anyway. If we believe in something, we're just going to automatically, naturally share it with the people that we love. And what we have is we actually pay people to do that. And why not, instead of just let the happenstance happen, let's strategically and purposefully go out and share this and help as many people as we can. What I love about this business is the power to influence. I think one of the most thrilling ways that we can use our life is to be a force for good. That the thrill is seeing wonderful things happen because of you, that perhaps wouldn't have happened but by you taking action. And so we've got these wonderful products that everybody needs, nobody has them, and we go out there consistently and share them. We can impact a lot of people through the product itself, and then having a marketing plan where we find 3 good people and teach them to do the same, and then it multiplies out. I love this statement. We've all heard it. There's nothing so powerful as an idea whose time has come. Wow, that is. There's just nothing as powerful as an idea whose time has come. And what's really fun is this idea has tried to come a few other times, and people have kept dropping the ball. So finally, we've got Neil Roth, we've got Rick Deitch, the guys that are the creators of this. They've taken it on themselves, and now we're in complete control. We've got everything all together, developing the product, creating the product, shipping the product, building the team. Everybody, the right people are on the bus. The wrong people are off the bus. we got a really good bus driver now, so come on, let's do this. And so this is the key, is where can this go? I think we've got an idea just looking at the history of these products, what's happened. And the key is kind of what Michael Gerber, he's a very brilliant guy on just business strategies, written some good books, the E-Myth, whatnot. But I think the key is don't play with this. It's a real business. Don't dabble. Your business is nothing more than a distinct reflection of who you are. And so if you're thinking is sloppy, your business will be sloppy. So let's get to work. Let's do everything. Everything gets better when you get better. And we do have wonderful products, but this is what I get excited about, is we've got these products that pay for ultimately what our ultimate mission is just helping people realize their infinite potential. So we're in the leader builder business. Isn't that fun? And wow, how you do this business is systemize it. Just have a basic system that people can follow, this recipe for success, and then just have people where they understand the recipe, and then they just do that over and over and over again. It's just such a powerful thing. And our products lend to that. They're all consumable. People take the products, they notice a difference. They'll buy more products, because in order to use them, you eat them, and then you get more products, and you get a really profound auto ship business. We also have a comp plan that rewards people. And so it just kind of organically, naturally is going to do that. And so if you push it along and other people are pushing it along, we're going to get into this chain reaction, which is already happening. The snowball is rolling down, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And well, let's just push it some more. Make some more snowballs. One of the things I really love about this, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've pretty much just loved it all. It's just so fun to be creating. I don't know if I could be happy. I don't know if you could either, if we weren't in the process of accomplishment. I think that's just the way people are made, is doing something. It's so satisfying. And over the time, I remember a leader on the stage, and he was answering questions, and he's reading these notes taken from the audience. And one of them says, how can I get my group to be motivated? And he says, go get a new group. Just and this is what it all comes down to, is that you can sponsor your way out of every problem. The universal solution is see more people. And just think about this. If you were really thinking, how can I get my group motivated? Well, do what you want them to do. And so let me just read this. Nothing will ignite your business more than sponsoring new people. You might be thinking, oh, I got a problem. I'm one of those, what we call flamingos. It doesn't pay well if you're only one wide. We've got some big flamingos that are got amazing volumes right now, but they're not getting much because the whole design is probably, if they're only one wide, it's because they've got a really good upline that started putting stuff. And what's really neat is our plan actually has some sidebars on it. As you continue to recruit people, there's 3 legs. That's how many people you personally sponsor. And then those guardrails, as you continue to sponsor more people and your people sponsor more people, it keeps it within this matrix of just 3 by 3 by 3. And so you get that going. But what if you actually take charge and you think, if it's to be, it's up to me, and you make sure you've got those 3 legs and balanced. And so this is what it's all about. This is everything. And so fundamentally, there's only 3 steps to be successful in this business. Number 1, recruit. Number 2, recruit. Number 3, recruit. And it's really important to keep these in order. But again, this is the universal solution to everything. Become really good, no matter what happens in your life. This gateway skill, you're always going to be in demand. It's one of the most satisfying things that you'll ever do. Is to go see people. And as my friend Larry Prophet has always said, that leadership is just the enthusiastic communication of your vision. And if you can recruit other people into the vision of this, share with them what we're doing. So many people don't have a big vision of where they're going. I love the phrase BHAG, BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. If you have that, if you have a massively transformative purpose, your life is going to just be really upsized, and you're just going to have so much more fun. It's a lot more fun than just going along. As that earlier slide says, don't dabble. Get enthralled, get absolutely on fire about something. That this is worthy of doing that. We've really got something here. So much of our business is just creating conversations. Have conversations every day. So much of it is just be interested in other people, building rapport. That's why you should talk to your friends first, because you already have that trust and rapport. Learning to relate, asking them. It's so much of success is just listening for success. Ask questions, and then tell stories. The successful people are very good storytellers. When you tell stories, it's irresistible. A good story just naturally goes into your brain and stirs your heart. And we've got some really good stories. The formation of our company, what the products do, and what's really fun is sharing stories that people have never heard before that really touch. So think about that. We're all about more conversations equals more business. So this is it. You must have a story. Emotion. People make decisions based on emotion. We're emotional beings, and that's what's really fun. Is this is an emotional business. It's a business that touches your heart. And so again, we've all heard this, that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Love people, care for them. They'll feel that you're really interested in them. We're not out there selling stuff. Someone said something that I've always thought about, did you hear about the salesman that went to a farmer and he sold him 3 milking machines, but the farmer only had 1 cow and he took the cow as a down payment. Well, that's not about us. We would never do anything that would be taking advantage of another person. Avini in Tagalog means winning. And our business, it's win-win. You win only by helping other people win first. Okay, I love this statement right here. Everything you want is on the other end of a phone. That's just so it's scary maybe right at first. I remember the feeling years ago. The phone felt like it weighed 50 pounds. It was scary, just the thought of it. But I love the telephone. The telephone is my friend. I love calling people. That's an affirmation I've used for years, and you know, my brain has heard it, and I think, yeah, I do love the telephone. I do love calling people. I'm excited about it. But you know, this is it. Ultimately, how you succeed is action. This is the proper action. Every day activity. I must do the most productive thing possible at every given moment. What's the most productive thing? Communication, having conversations, have lots of them consistently over time, and something magic happens with lots of conversations, the magic and the power of the numbers. And then also that which we persist in doing, we become better at it with practice. Powerful stuff. So here's another thing. If you notice this, often you call people and they don't answer. And don't you just know it, that a lot of people, their phone is right there and they look down and they just think, well, I'll call back, or you know, I'm doing something else, which is just fine. That's kind of what we have, is the freedom to do that. And you don't want to be on the beck and call of your phone all the time. And so here's something that could change your whole game, is text. A lot of people might not answer their phone, but they will answer a text. And so have the goal to put out several texts every day. And now this is best with people you already know. If you're just spamming and you don't know somebody and you send them a text, it's not going to work as well. And so just start with your friends, people you already know. And so here's an exact example of what can happen. And so just you know, text, hi Rick, can I ask you for a personal favor? And then probably they're going to be curious, and so it'd be something like this. Sure, what's it about? And then you're going to ask a favor, as the first text said. I just watched a 6-minute video presented by a chemist. Would you take a look at it and let me know what you think? Well, of course. And then just thanks, I'll send you the link, and anxious to see what you think. And then you follow up with a phone call. And I just really believe that this is such a powerful tool that we have, as Rick Deitch, our biochemist, explaining the tip of the spear, our most important product, that amazing cell defender that is bound to be something good for everyone. Everyone needs it, because we live in a world that has all of that bad stuff. And in fact, most people already know about heavy metals and body burden. And so that's just low-hanging fruit that's all there. And they probably have not heard this story told by a genius biochemist who also is just very charismatic. So my feeling is, if you can get them curious enough to watch that, if they're not interested at that point, I just think, wow, there's nothing else I can do. So they just disqualified themselves. In fact, maybe call the mortuary and say, hey, you need to come and pick up Bill. I think he's dead. If they can't get excited about this, oh my goodness, I just, let them go. But most people, at least they'll take a look, and that's the sorting process. Is just our job is to get people curious enough to look at this little video, and then their job is to decide what they want to do with it. If we can get invested in the process, not be invested, especially emotionally, in the outcome. Let that go. That's their decision, their choice. We just have the goal and the obligation, I would say, is to let people know about this because it could transform their life. I'm so thankful for that product myself. It saved my bacon. And so, wow, that which we persist in doing. I love this idea. Think about this. If you can do something once, you can do it twice. Wow. And do it again and again, you can make a habit of it. Now, if you're doing an activity that's productive and you make a habit of it, you can make a lot of money with it. It's just that simple. This is the key to success: is recognize the activities that produce. Well, that's talking to people. Talk to people, and you'll recruit them into customers or business builders. Gary Keller, he's got an amazing business, and it's network marketing. It's through real estate. Super successful guy. And he's got a book called The One Thing. And this is taken from that book. Extraordinary success is sequential, not simultaneous. What starts out linear becomes geometric, especially I would say with Avini, what we've got here. But think about this, continuing, you do the right thing and then you do the next right thing. Over time, it all adds up. And the geometric potential of success is unleashed. Success builds on success. And as this happens over and over, you move toward the highest success possible. I just love this business. At first, it was me calling people, recruiting them, building first a small team. And each person you bring in, pretty soon something magical happens. You realize they're bringing in people. So it isn't all you. You're teaching them to bring in people, and those people are teaching them to bring in people. And all of a sudden, most of my people now are brought in by other people. My business has gained a life of its own, apart from my efforts, compounding. And wow, and it's compounding goodness. More and more people are hearing about this, and more good things are happening. And what a wonderful feeling to all be a part of that. Wow. Now, here's the thing. What kind of business would Avini be if everyone in it were just like me? I remember a story, and this is from an earlier business, and the guy on the stage was talking about this very idea of talking to people. And he talks about, doing this again and again, because that's what we do, as we do the successful things again and again, so it compounds. But he talks about a man came up to him after one of the presentations, and he says, I just can't seem to sponsor anybody. And he says, well, there must be a reason. So let's talk about it. And he said, well, how many people did you talk to last week? And the man said, well, actually, it was one of those kind of weeks. And he offered a few things that he had to do. And Jerry said, well, that's okay. We all have weeks like that. Well, tell me how many people you saw the week before that. And the man thought a moment. He says, well, nobody. And then Jerry said, this is fantastic. Do you realize that you're sponsoring 100% of the people that you're talking to? And so it's all about that. You've got to talk to people. And then also, this is just something I think is so powerful, is be the kind of person that you wish to sponsor. So, wow. And so to have, you must do. If it is to be, it is up to me. And so much of it is just decide. I think one of the most wonderful things is find something that gets you excited, that you feel is worthy of your effort, that really motivates you, and then decide to be really good at it. Decide to be one of the top people, not to just get by, but actually become excellent at this. And I'll tell you, if you're not doing all you can do, and if you're holding back, you can't be as happy as you could be. That was one of my big fears, was earlier in life, having work that did not inspire me, that maybe I would never find something that really caught me on fire, and I would live through life and eventually die with still half a tank of gas in me, that I've never really expended myself. I think that's one of the things that, if we really think about it, that on any given day, the incitements of that day, and this is William James talking about that, that we all know that on any given day, the incitements of that day don't call forth hidden reserves and power that we know we could do, that we just hold back. There's nothing like thinking, I wonder how fast I could run if I ran as fast as I could, and then find something worthy of that. Well, this is the moment. I just decide you're going to do this. Now, this is one of the things I think is a huge shortcut throughout my career in work and everything. I've always had a mentor. I've had really good mentors, and one of them actually, that was his assignment. I've always thought about that. This is a guy I called every day, multiple times for years, and he was super successful. And I talked to him, and that rubbed off and made me successful. And so in this business, you're looking for a few key people. I mentioned the business is finding 3 key people, but then you want to back them up with key people in those roots. And I would say, realistically, you should have a goal to get at least 15. So that may be 5 in each leg. Ultimately, probably you could actually work really closely and have strong relationships with 20 people. What if you did that? And so I'm always looking for some key people. And so this is my key person test. It's just that simple. Call me every day. If I'm calling them, they never call me. I got an idea that they're not one of my key people. I thought, I love them, but they're probably not my key person. Now, maybe they don't relate with me. Hopefully they found somebody that's super successful and they're calling them every day. The key is have a mentor that is where you want to be. They're doing and are living the way you want to be, and do the same things they're doing. So much of that is in having a relationship with them. And you have that by communication every day. So this is the key person test. Have a good mentor. Well, the next thing is, now we have to be people of action, not just to call me and say, well, I said I'd call you every day and haven't done nothing. In fact, I'm still in bed. Wow, like Jerry Anderson, my first big mentor that changed my life. If I would have called him and just says, well, I'm not doing anything, I know he wouldn't be taking my phone calls, but he spent a lot of time with me every day, again, for years, because I became one of his top people. Wow. How did I do that? Well, he did successful things. I did the same things. I took everything from him, all the words he said. Words have magic and power. And I did what he did precisely. And over time, I got the same results he did. So it's all about, give me names, make a list of names, and then together we not only talk, but we call those people. We do 3 ways. We follow up. ABCs, that's 3-way calls. What it is: A is the expert, B is you, the new person, C is the prospect. ABC. It's easy as ABC. Now, ideally, you're calling your friends who you have an association with. They trust you, and you trust your sponsor, and so you connect them. And by putting your stamp of approval, I want you to meet Chip. He's been a friend for many years. He knows all about this. He's a personal friend of the biochemist. I say all this stuff, and I'm edifying him, which builds trust. And so before the call, he didn't even know who Chip was, but now he's my friend, expert, and he's trustworthy because I've put my stamp of approval. Powerful stuff. And then as you continue to do that, you're hearing the magic words, and you can use those same magic words, and then you can become an A to people. But also what's really fun is, as I build a business, a lot of times my A, when I'm doing a 3-way, might be somebody who's only been in a week, but they've had an experience with the product, they're excited, and I have them be my expert. And you just can't do it by yourself. I might know a lot about this business, but if it's all about me doing that, you've got to do things that are duplicable. And so I don't want somebody thinking, well, I could never be what you're doing. As they see me always using an expert too, they realize, oh, that's the key. If you're not doing three-ways, you're not going to grow. I've never met a person that's built a big business without doing three-ways. So do this, do it lots. This is the whole key to the business. Doing lots, being expert, being proficient, comfortable, having fun with approaching lots of people. Just do that over and over. Another thing that's really critical, I just got to emphasize this, in the whole area of profession of sales, I found this to be true, and you can look it up, that typically the first date, you're not going to get married. You're not going to propose on your first date. It's having lots of dates. It's follow up, follow up, follow up. And just like marriage, somebody buying the product or joining you, that initial encounter, that should be just to get them interested enough that maybe they'll want another date. And so follow up, because the average follow up, the average time you touch people, the average number of people you or number of times that you reach out to somebody and touch them, it's 5 times before they make a favorable decision. Now, here's the scary thing, is the average person in sales, they don't follow up. Well, here's the thing, if you don't follow up, occasionally you'll get somebody and they'll buy, just like Valerie and I yesterday. We've known this lady for years, but we've really never told her what we're doing. It was a different reason why we were seeing her. In fact, we celebrated her 50th anniversary, and she took some pictures, and so we're over there reviewing them. And well, hey, we're friends. I like her, and what a perfect time to start talking about what we're doing. And then she talked about her dad having some problems with Agent Orange and a few other things, and he loves natural stuff. And so she bought a bottle for him, and then she thought, well, I want to get a bottle for me too. And so, wowee. So that happened first time. But most of the time, just expect, don't be shocked when they don't buy on that first time. So follow up, follow up, follow up. And that's the key to success. Here's the thing I just like to say. Everybody loves network marketing. But this is the key. Most people actually think they don't like it because everything they know about network marketing, they've learned from people that do it wrong. And that's bugging people. Just as an analogy, let's say you have a friend that comes over, and it just happened that your wife has a recipe for apple pie, and it's handed down from grandma who won blue ribbons, and you're really proud of that pie. It came out, and you said, would you like a piece of pie? And your friend says, oh no, thank you. Well, you leave it alone. That's no big deal. No, if you did it like traditional network marketers do, they'd say, well, oh, come on, here, open your mouth, just have a bite. Let me tell you about this pie. It's so good. And then the next time you meet them, hey, remember that apple pie? Is there some time we could get together? I just really want you to try this. You know, when you do it that way, it just sounds stupid. It sounds creepy, but that's the way a lot of people do it. So you do not have to ruffle feathers or make anybody mad to do this. It just kind of have that same analogy. Don't be creepy. Just tell the story and then let it alone. It's just we're in the sorting business. I'm just looking for people who are looking for me. If they don't like pie or they're not hungry, I can still be their friend. This is the key. Our friend Kyle Helm, wonderful guy. He's super successful, and he has this analogy. He says, be a silver factory. Wow. Okay, that's the first level where you can actually be a partner in this, be a distributor, and you can actually make money. And this is so simple. Avini's created an easy way, or at least simple way, where you can actually participate in the compensation plan. And we like to call it 1 + 1 + 2. Okay, what it is get one personal customer, get one personal distributor, and then have 2 qualified legs. Now, assuming you have a that you're an active business builder. What you want to have as a goal is everybody you bring into the business is have a goal to bring in, as you continue to recruit people, is to personally recruit at least one leg for them. So they've got one leg, but then they've got to do it themselves. The comp plan actually requires for you to participate that you've got to do the same thing yourself. Well, help them do that. Don't just sponsor them and then just say, glad to have you on the team. Let me know if you need any help. That might not, they might not get anywhere. They don't know what they don't know. And so walk them along. And so here's the step right here. Being a silver factory is being able to mass produce these. This is the system. Teach 3 to reach 3. We all need 3 legs. The 500, essentially, that's the first step, is do 500. Personal volume of 100, so that's part of that 500. And then personal customer, there's no requirement. Just place an order that month. Then they're an active personal customer. It has to be that month. Active personal distributor means that they're doing at least 100, and then have 2 qualified legs. And then the cool thing is the Pareto principle, the 80-20 law. Very likely, just the luck and the draw of it is one leg will be 80% of that 500, and then of course what's left is $100, because 80% of 500 is 400, and so that's all it needs to be, is just that right there. It's simply just finding some people, and as soon as you've got one customer, one distributor, you've got 2 legs. Of course, Stephen Covey says begin with the end in mind. So try as soon as you can to have the full 3 legs. And in fact, if you looked at just this little simple business right here, if you're doing, got a 500 volume, you got 3 people doing that. And those 3 people, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people doing 500. I think you'd be a sapphire or something right there. It can move along really quick, but the big thing is help people get a check when they actually realize that that's what this is all about, is just get customers, get distributors, and teach other people to do the same over and over and over again. It just starts building up. And the whole idea of silver, gold, and moving upward into diamond, it's just more of the same. Teaching this, the rank is just based on how many people you got. And more people all using the product gives more volume, and it's just that simple. So wow, simple to do, simple to duplicate, and then just doing it over and over. It's not about this one moment, this day and time where you find that one superstar and they make you rich. No, it's just the day-to-day accumulation of reaching out, texting, talking to people, getting conversations going, asking them to take a look, teaching them to do that, and all powered by product that gives results. The miracles start happening when you have that happen under your own belt. When you're first new in this and you're hearing all these miracles happen, you just think, I want to see that happen to me. Often more than getting a check is just where you've touched somebody, and because of you, a miracle has happened in their life. That's the real pay in this business. And so, wow, this is what it's all about. Get plugged in. Attend Avini presentations, do Avini presentations. Whether it's actually being on a Zoom or going to meetings, we're doing more and more of those live. They're lots of fun. Or just texting somebody. Just do it and do it and do it. And one of my things is when I had my health challenge, I was praying, I was searching, I was looking for another way. And I always think, well, wow, there's other people that have that same problem. Pray for to be led to those people that are praying for what we have to offer. One of the most satisfying, wonderful feelings is to follow a prompting and realize that you were the answer to someone else's prayers. Powerful stuff. We're in a business that has a lot of that. So do it. It's the greatest source of strength there is. Pray like it all depends on the Lord, and work like it all depends on you, and you will be successful. You'll be able to help a whole lot of people. Get in and don't quit, and just do it every day. And so mentally just say, I'm in, I'm all in, I'm going to do this. And so that's what this is all about, is just doing it and doing it. So Valerie, are you excited?
I'm excited.
I hope you guys are too. And let's go for it. Have a mentor and call them every day, and make contact every day, and you will make it. The timing is right. Immeasurable market. Millions of people need these products. And so seize the moment. Take care. Love you all. Thanks.